Start Balian back here. That's Mr. Balian for grade 9 and 10. Here we go. We want to do the part about the squash and stretch this time, okay? So I'm going to make a cube, another cube, and this one will be maybe the size will be 3 by 3. Polycube over here. I got to drag down, change the width, height, and depth to 3. There it is. And I'm going to come up on height 1.5. Okay, W. There it is. I'm ready to move. So I'm going to color this and call it. This is going to be called Blue Cube for me, just for fun. And this is a warm-up activity before you guys do the hop. You got to get these down, these little simple activities, okay? Blue Cube, and then why don't I right-click and same thing as before, assign new material, Lambert, and come in here and just leave it blue, and come into the gray area here under color. And then I'm going to pick a blue, and I'm going to come in here, actually somewhere in here, a muted blue. There we go. Ooh, that's a nice one. Okay. Okay, that's nice. I'll stop. And then Control A back in here, as you can see. And this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to just create a squash and stretch. Okay? So again, you guys know that select the cube, and anywhere in the timeline you press S, for example, it records. Boom, there you go. Red all over. Red in here. A column is here. So there's a sign that we have the original position recorded. We have our auto record on, and we're good to go. So again, the first 20 frames, I'm not going to do anything. Press S. It's going to just stay like that. Okay, so there's a hold. You guys remember that. So between 20 and 30, 10 frames, or actually let's do let's use 8s, 8, 16, 24. So 1/3 of a second, or even half a second, 12 frames. I'm going to go to 12. I'm going to press R, and I'm going to scale this down and that out, and this one out too. Okay, so roughly what I'll do is I'll keep the volume relatively similar, 1.2, 0.8, or 0.7, doesn't matter, and then 1.2 again. So I'm trying to keep the volume relatively proportional. Press W, and then make sure it comes down here. So let's just make that come down even more. Let's go to 0.6, and then W down, somewhere here. Okay, so watch what Maya's going to do. Here's the key before, beginning. Here's the end, there. And in between, Maya will figure that out for us. Okay, isn't that nice? I'll press W, make sure I'm on the ground. Get rid of my grid. I don't need my grid. And there it is. It's on the ground. So from 20 to 32, it squashes. So what I want to do is I want my eye to see this. So I don't want it, well, I'll explain it simply. Anytime I make any changes, so let's say I'll go another 12 frames. So that brings me to 32, 34, 44. So somewhere here. And I'll go, maybe I'll say R again, and I'll just crank this up. I'll do a stretch. Okay, so it'll be 1.8, this will be 0.8, this will be 0.8, something like that roughly, and then press W. W, which is here, move, and I'll just move it over here. So watch this. So what Maya is going to do is going to go from here to there. There's no hold. Notice there is no hold whatsoever. Okay? Stretch, and then what I'll do is I want this somewhere up here really fast, maybe 6 frames or something, or 8, doesn't matter. 44 plus 6 is 60 or 50. 44 plus 6, 50, right? I'll bring it up here somewhere. Straight up. All right? So, but from here to here, boom. See? Goes up. Okay? But what I want to do here is I want to bring it back to its normal size, which is 1 by 1 by 1. Okay? So watch what happens here. Comes in, stays together, squashes, and then stretches, and then goes up, and then I want it to come down. A couple things. See, from here to here, 20 to 32, it squashes, right? Press W for a second here, and press W there, and I want it to be perfectly on the ground there. I want it to hold. I want I want to be able to see this. I don't want to go from one thing to another. Watch, if I just right click and play blast, here's what's going to see. You're going to go press play, boom, boom. Okay? And then press play again. Okay? Not bad. But what I want to happen is I want the eye to connect that we had a hold. I want to build up tension. So what I may do here is I'll just go copy here and maybe hold it for 2 frames. Okay? Paste and paste. Look at the difference now. Let's play it again. Okay? So what it did is that it held it for just a fraction of a second. Okay, we went to that. Now what I want to do is I want to bring it back down, and I have already done the hard work. So here, 6 frames back, I had this copy stretch, right? So why don't I just go copy like that, 6 frames over, 56, and paste. Look at that. And then 56, and then I'll just squash it really fast here. So I'll take this squash position, copy, and I'll just go 4 frames and squash it. Paste, paste. Now let's play and see what we got. Rewind, play. Down, boom, back down. Okay? So again. Alright, so if you wanted this to squash longer than 4 frames, here's what you do. You right click, you go cut, bye-bye, come over, paste. See, you just changed the timing. So really in animation, we don't keep everything even. We try to have some excitement, some changes. We don't want the beats to be all the same. But, you know, for now, you're in grade 9, you're starting in grade 10. You want to keep things simple. Let's see if you guys can actually continue. You get what I'm going to do here. I hope you can guess what I want to do. I want to have 2 of these. One goes up and then back down and then goes back up again. Okay, so from here, in order for it to go up, we need a stretch. So watch this. Copy. Look at that. Let's come over, right click, paste, done, and then somewhere over here is the height. I'll copy that, boom, somewhere here, and I'll come over there, paste, and look at that. And then what I'll do is I'll take the stretch again, copy, copy, and bring it back here, somewhere there. I don't know, I'm just making it up. Paste, and then take your squash somewhere from here, copy, copy, and then paste again. Okay, and now if I rewind and play, let's see. Okay, so your task the second time is to see if you can figure out a squash and stretch. You can play on your timing, change these up. It's up to you. Okay, so you see how that worked? Let me see how we're doing on time here. Okay, 7 minutes. Let's see in 2 minutes if I could just, I'm going to make a new layer, hide all this. I'm going to, visibility gone. I'll make a new cube here. Now I'll just come down here really fast, and I'll just do the same thing here. 3 by 3, enter, W, bring it up here somewhere here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this hop from one side to the other. Watch this, S, nothing happens, boom, here, 24 frames over, 44, okay, press S, and then drag this somewhere here. So look at that, here, here, somewhere in the middle, bring this up, done. So, and it might not land. If it lands, we're lucky. If it doesn't, we just kind of copy the number from there to here. The wide, okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go maybe 2 frames over. I'm going to copy it, or 3 frames. Copy. Watch, 3 frames over. Paste. Boom. This time I'll press R really fast, and then I'll bring this out, something like that. Really squash. W. And I'm really making this fast, guys. Look. 3 frame squash. Copy. And I'm going to hold it for 2 frames, paste, and then I'll do a stretch after this. Okay, check this out. So I'll go copy this one, copy, and I'll go 2 frames over, and I'll go paste. This time I will change its value to 1s, so I can actually figure out what I'm doing here. W. Check this out. Now I can do stretch, R. So go like that, bring this in, something like that, W here, and I can maybe rotate it, go like this, watch this, let's see, let's scrub, like this, look, 1, down, hold, something like that. So what I'll do is I'll just spin around, and I'll just move this over, something like that. So look, to the top. And at the top, I want it to be 1 again. Look, 1, the value. Isn't that cool? So 1, and then goes to here, and somewhere here, I can press. Let's just press S here. I said S. Oh, that didn't work. Oops, sorry, I'm in there. That's why. I can come in here and click in here. I gotta click out for a second. Somewhere in here, press S. Okay, if it doesn't give you an S, you just right click here and you go like this, key selected. Okay, and you'll get it. So what I'll do here is I'll go, let's see, why don't I copy this guy? Well, no, let's make it easy. Here, I'm going to press R. I'm going to go like this, like that, down. I'm going to press E, rotate it a bit just for fun, something like that. So watch. Look at that, eh? Isn't that nice? So I'll just copy this one over and bring it over here somewhere. Right click, paste, paste. So I'll just leave it like that. But for now, what I'll do here, I'll do a squash. R, something like that. And then this, and so on. W, keep it on the ground, something like this. So let's see this. Hop, boom, hop, and then you guys can work on your timing, okay? So technically, this is another level of what you just did earlier. Okay, we'll press play, squash, stretch, come back. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. This is kind of cool, and always save every version. So number 2 is let's call this squash and stretch, and you will show us a video, a play blast of squash and stretch. So we go like this, right click, play blast, and you'll say number 2 is squash and stretch. Okay, every version, every evolution I want recorded and saved so you can see your progress. Just like that. That's it. It's very simple. Press play. Thank you very much. That's part 2. Balian out. See ya.